It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me, oh you know him, Shaquille O'Neal. You know this guy too, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Toronto Raptors here at their home, Scotiabank Arena. For the Raptors, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. Kawhi Leonard in action tonight, the winner of multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards. Shaq, for wing defenders, where do you have him ranked on the all-time list?
Well, I shook his hand the other day, and his hands are as big as mine, Ernie. But to answer your question, I think he's in a conversation with Pippen and Jordan.
And Jordan, wow. Now, he's one of the best perimeter defenders ever, but those guys are in a company because they've done it on a big stage, Shaq. But he's very intelligent. I love the way he approaches the game defensively. But doing it on that big stage consistently as Pippen and Jordan did, whew,
that's saying something.
That's saying a lot.
Time for tip-off. We send it to Kevin Harlan. He's got the call.
We are live, the home of the Raptors in wonderful Toronto. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. For the Raptors, happy to be here in Toronto right now in the midst of a nice homestand. It's an opportunity for them to play in a heated matchup like this, to play your best basketball. These are the games, guys, that show how well you match up against the other great teams in the league.
And I think for Toronto, the position they're in would be considered a success for most teams. But let's face it, they're not most teams. For them, any place other than first is a disappointment.
Especially since they were in the top spot earlier this season. I'm sure they thought they'd be there all year, but now they've got some ground to make up.
Well, we're around the halfway point now, Doris. Some clubs are obviously in a rebuild mode, but it can be hard for many team owners to accept that and accept that path they're on.
Well, when you've been the guy to make that financial investment, there can be a little bit of impatience because one of your responsibilities is keep people in the seats. You've got to pay the bills. What you have to do is you make clear to the fans the vision that they have. If you make it clear, Kev, maybe they can sort of embrace the rebuild and celebrate the step-by-step progress.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Lynn and Bazemore make up the backcourt. The big men are Collins and Dedmon. And it's Carter in at the small forward. Here's Lynn. The dish to Carter. Passes to Dedmon. The Hawks working the ball around. Carter drives in. Just 5 to shoot. And the foul called on Danny Green. That's his first foul. Lynn against Lowry. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul.
Ref's calling it close already as he picks up a quick early foul.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Dedmon kicks to Carter. Shot clock at 6. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Toronto. There's the pass to Siakam. Lowry against Lynn. Takes the 3. The shot by Lowry. No good. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I briefly spoke with Lloyd Pierce. He told me they always have to be alert, and especially against this team because of its discipline and focus. He said we'll get embarrassed if we're inattentive at the defensive end. We must stick with our principles and do the little things. Kevin, they did win the first meeting of the season, and we'll see if they can get it done again tonight.
Great job, David. So they know how dangerous this team can be if they get on a roll.
And that means contesting every single shot. It's going to take a lot of effort on D, but they can't give up those easy baskets.
I think it has to be a physical, aggressive brand of defense. And if that means giving them a few extra trips to the line, I think they can live with that.
And so it's the Raptors getting on the board first. To the middle. Collins, good.
Well, we know this. Jeremy Lin knows how to run an offense. His ability to find the open man, uncanny.
Lin against Lowry. Outside Leonard. The three. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Leonard's got 5 points so far.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
Greg, the defense better start to disrupt his rhythm, or it's going to be an awfully long night for them.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Boy, I'll tell you, he has plenty of space, but it looked like a little bit of a hitch in that release.
A nice shot by Lin.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
The Raptors have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. Back to Lowry. And Siakam has it in the corner. Off the left rim and out. And so Lin will bring it up for Atlanta. Jacks up a three. Siakam pulls it in.
Well, they've been playing some tough defense on him in this period, and it's starting to affect him. This guy's having trouble finding the target right now.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he? Lin looking it over. There's the triple. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
I tell you, you give him a free look from three-point range, that is simply a recipe for disaster.
And Danny Green, a terrific shooter who also, Greg, happens to give you great production on defense.
Yeah, and I'd have to say Green's probably alone in history with his shooting and defense. Only player to ever have 6 or more seasons with at least 50 blocks and 73s. You know, it might be arbitrary checkpoints, but nevertheless, it illustrates just what Green brings to the table, a consistent 3-and-D player.
Now, here's Green. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Here's Carter. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Toronto trailing. Outside Lowry. Pass to Siakam. Out of bounds. Atlanta will take possession.
And quickly, let's look at the numbers for Kawhi Leonard. He's putting up 31 points per, just over 3 steals and 4 assists. And with his ability to put the ball in the bucket, he has to be your primary focus defensively.
I think defenses plan to stop him, but very few succeed, Greg. And that's why he's his team's leading scorer.
Now here's Lin. 6 points for him. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's foul number 2 for him.
Boy, picks up that second foul very early in this game. He's going to have to tread lightly for the rest of this half.
Fred VanVleet is checked in for the Raptors. And the Hawks with possession here. Left side, Lin. 6 to shoot. Poked loose. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Lin. And a brief moment now to see who's atop the NBA scoring-wise. The 4th spot held by Trae Young. And, of course, Kawhi Leonard.
Anytime these two guys are on the floor at the same time, you're just waiting for one of them to go off, if not both of them.
Pass to Valanciunas. VanVleet kicks to Green. And there's the foul. It's on Dwayne Dedmon. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Leonard, the pass to Siakam. Here's Van Vliet, defended by Lin. Just 4 to shoot. No good from Valanciunas. The Hawks leading. Carter outside. Shoots from 12. And the shot is long. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Leonard finds Valanciunas. Stolen by Jeremy Lin. Passes it to Collins. Dedmon in the high post. To the inside and out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
And now we get a chance to check out John Collins. He's really stood out for them over the past month. 13th in blocks, and he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And trying to muscle up shots against him is tough. His body type makes it supremely difficult. Just a dominant rim protector all season. So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. One thing you have to admire, Doris, about the Raptors franchise is their sustained success.
And that's not easy, Kevin. Last year marked their 3rd straight 50-win season and their 5th straight postseason trip. Very few other teams can claim those items in that time frame. For the Raptors, what a good, solid core.
Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Pascal Siakam. Herter. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
I tell you, coaches love those high percentage looks in the paint.
Here's Van Vliet. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Green kicks to Leonard. From 16 feet away, he cans it.
From the opening tip, he's been active and working for good looks. He's been pretty accurate.
The pass to McDermott. Back to Young. Pass to Anderson. Five to shoot. And here is Green. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. They now take the lead. 11 points for Leonard.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Young's shot is off.
Well, he gets the separation he needs. You can't say the same for his aim, though.
And good that time. And now it's a 3-point Toronto lead.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. Some changes for Toronto. Monroe comes in for Jonas Valanciunas, and it's DeLon Wright in for Green.
DeLon Wright.
Spellman covered by Monroe.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Here's VanVleet. 9 points last game out. Leonard, the pass to Wright. Clock at 6. Back to Leonard. Here's VanVleet. His three-pointer's off the mark.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
Herter, guarded by Wright. The layup off target. Pass to VanVleet. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
The Raptors shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
One shot, gentlemen.
In the past, it has been suggested, Doris, that up-tempo teams couldn't maintain that style and then go on to win the playoffs. Is that an outdated theory and thought process?
Well, I think it has always contingent on the team, Kevin. You think back to the Lakers Showtime era, when the reality is those were up-tempo Showtime-type teams, right? They could sustain it. But I think the fact of the matter is the teams that sustain success are the ones that can play in virtually any style. Can they play up-tempo if you allow them? Certainly. But when the game slows, particularly in the playoffs and the postseason, can you execute in the half court? Because you've got to be able to play both ways, I think, to win in the modern NBA.
Tipped away. Fast break, Toronto. Here's Wright. Count it. Wright's got his first points in this one.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Hawks trail by 6. 1:58 left to play in the first. It's Anderson with the drive. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Listen, Kevin, this guy is a natural-born slasher, and Anderson fouled on the dribble drive. He's going to go to the free throw line.
This is his first free throw of the game. And the first one drops.
Really smart player with a high basketball IQ. Justin Anderson is just scratching the surface for his immense potential.
And both free throws good for Anderson. 1:51 left to play in the first quarter. Outside Leonard fires the 3. Rebound Atlanta. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
And they had to scrape and claw to get the win the last time these two teams went head-to-head. It came down to a few key free throws at the end.
Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 22-point game against Miami. Just 5 on the clock. And he gets it to go.
And the thing about Young's jumper, it's almost intimidating. And that unlocks so many other options for him.
Here's Wright. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Monroe kicks to Leonard. Good on the three-point shot. Leonard's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Raptors.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up the foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Hawks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
That one is off. And he sinks the second. 52 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Wright outside. He kicks it to Leonard. Fades and shoots. And again, it's Toronto converting.
Boy, he has exploded. You couldn't ask for a better quarter from a guy.
Young against Wright. To the wing right side.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
.15 seconds left in the first quarter. Pass to Leonard. Goes up on the wing. And so it's Toronto with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And let's listen to Pascal Siakam talking about the work ethic of his teammates.
You come in every day. Guys in the gym every single day. So I used to think that I was always the hardest worker, but, you know, just coming to see guys, the amount of work that they put in, trying to get better each and every day.
And, Greg, when everyone is working hard, it builds a chemistry.
And a culture. Kevin, winning teams all have it. It's not enough to be here. You want to win.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what do you guys think about the Raptors here so far in this one?
Tough defense throughout that first period, and it's really paying dividends.
Well, I think there's a level of physicality with them right now and not allowing the opponent to feel comfortable getting into their heads just a bit.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for Atlanta. Now here is Lowry. 20 points for him last game against Indiana.
You know, he was also one of their key contributors on the glass. His effort was terrific.
Now, that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg. Especially when the ball is that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut down to just one on the bucket from Young.
You have to guard Young tight. You got to know he's thinking of shooting as soon as the ball hits his hands.
Here's Leonard. They get the rebound. Atlanta's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Yeah, just exceptional focus on these hard finishes. Young welcomes getting physical on the way up.
The Raptors making a switch here. Siakam's checked in. Court vision, Doris, one of those intangible skills. You had it when you played, and when it comes to seeing the floor, I'm sure you have people that impress you with the way they see what's going on.
Kevin, I feel very lucky and fortunate to have witnessed one of the seminal players of his generation and arguably the greatest passer in the history of the NBA, and that's LeBron James. I mean, this guy's ability to make any pass, to put a 50-foot pass on a rope from one side of the floor, maybe from the hash mark to the opposite corner, and put it in the shooting pocket of different players is mind-boggling. At the center spot, you've got the young and talented and pass-first center of Nikola Jokic. And then, of course, the man who, to me, for a 10-year stretch, was the best pure point guard in the NBA, and that's Chris Paul. And listen, historically, some of the guys I loved watching, Steve Nash, John Stockton, I loved Mo Cheeks. Listen, I'm very partial to men who want to distribute the basketball and who take special relish in watching guys score baskets off their work.
And here's Collins. Kawhi Leonard getting his 3 to go. And Young kicks to Dedmon. And the pass to Collins. From deep. That shot missing. And Toronto will come the other way. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And their defense practically non-existent in that one. Just gave up far too many easy shots.
You could say they certainly were not on a string on the defensive end. They need to be so much better moving forward.
Anderson makes it off the glass. Anderson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Now, Kevin, that's about the length and determination of Justin Anderson. It really makes him a handful to cover in the painted area.
Leonard finds Monroe. Wright, left side. Lowry for 3. Rebound, Atlanta. Anderson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Lynn dishes to Anderson. Good work defensively by Monroe.
The only way he doesn't finish is if the defense gets in his face. Nice job.
Here's Siakam. He's guarded by Collins. Siakam misses. The Hawks trail by 3. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Lowry's shot is good.
Now really found his stroke here in the second quarter after missing everything in the first.
Lowry against Young. And Anderson kicks to Lynn. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Hawks have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Just a bright, young offensive talent. Young isn't shy about forcing the action. Takes a lot of trips to the line.
Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for the Raptors. Green comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Then for the Hawks, Carter comes in for Justin Anderson, and it's Kent Bazemore in for Jeremy Lin. Bounce pass Bazemore. Here's Collins. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Wright, the pass to Valanciunas. And here's Lowry for 3. Will not drop. He's shooting 3 for 8 and not happy about it.
They're fortunate to be in front given how shaky he's been from the floor tonight. Ouch, that's a wasted possession. Got to shake it off and forget it happened, guys.
Raptors leading by 3. Outside, Green. Here's Valanciunas. Misses off the left iron. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
You know, they worked hard, they drew fouls, but they just couldn't convert at the line.
I think that's the most frustrating thing, right? You've earned the opportunity to take those free throws, and you don't cash in at the line.
Now Lowry after the missed 3 from Trae Young. Here's Wright. And there's the rebound by Dedmon. The Hawks trail by 3.
Well, how about DeLon Wright having his best season as a pro last year? He had tremendous numbers, solidifying his role as a backup point guard. And I'll tell you this, he had some games where he simply took over.
The Raptors shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
Shooting for Toronto, Kyle Lowry. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Lowry. And Wright is a taller point guard. Not an easy matchup off the bench.
I'll tell you, Kevin, this guy has got a great nose for steals and block shots. He knows how to use the length he has on the defensive end, and he can be tenacious on the glass. Go ahead, DeLon Wright, do your thing.
And so Lowry nails both of them.
Well, at this point, a multiple-time All-Star, a member of the U.S. national team at the Olympics in Rio. We'll just call him the gold standard, Kyle Lowry.
Now, here is Young. 9 points in the game so far.
3.
Raptors with the lead. Lowry with the ball. Knocks it loose. On the wing, Green. Dedmon with the block. Now here is Carter. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Down low. Dedmon kicks to Collins. 6 to shoot. Here's Bazemore. No good. That would have tied it. Toronto's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Wright looking around. And Siakam has it in the corner. Lowry against Young. The shot by Lowry, no good. The Hawks trail it. Pass to Bazemore. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Atlanta shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. Fred VanVleet is checked in for DeLon Wright. And the second free throw, good. The Raptors shooting in the second quarter has been pretty embarrassing, just 27%. Valanciunas passes to VanVleet. Rebound, Atlanta.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
And Bazemore kicks to Young. Back to Bazemore. From deep. That shot is off. So the Raptors will take it the other way. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team.
Boy, Kyle Lowry can be so creative sometimes. You think the window's too tight, but he finds a way.
Now, here is Young. He's got 9. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds to the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession.
Yeah, you go for the steal, but at least you do get the deflection.
Well, Greg, you make them reset their offense, right? It's disrupting their rhythm.
Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for the Raptors. It's Young on the wing. Lowry covering. Bazemore passes to Carter. Kicks to McDermott. Clock at 6. From deep three-point range. He can't get that one to fall. Toronto leading by 3. Outside, Green. That one, no good. Good work defensively by Carter. For Atlanta, they've gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Pass to Bazemore. From deep. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Outside Lowry. He kicks it to Cauley-Stein. To the middle and stolen by Bazemore. Fast break, the Hawks. Young's running. They get a hand on it. Now McDermott. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Just 2 to shoot.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
The drive by Green. It's blocked, and that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. Here's Cauley-Stein. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And so it's Atlanta with it, trailing by 5. Bazemore, no one around him. Drills it from outside. Bazemore's got 4 points in the quarter. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. A minute 50 left in the first half of basketball. And here is Kawhi Stein. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game, kept alive. The Hawks have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter, just under 50% shooting. Spellman, guarded by Valanciunas. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Passes it to Bazemore. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top.
He's trying to make something happen, but obviously been a tough quarter.
Kawhi Stein kicks to Van Vliet. On the wing, Green. 5 to shoot, and Green slams it in.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Just great timing on that play, too, guys. Makes it impossible for the defense to react.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Let's take a brief moment to look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's feistiest defensive teams. Number 1, the Raptors.
And it's no accident to see them at that top spot, guys. I mean, great awareness and anticipation. They apply a ton of pressure defensively.
First one falls for him. And some changes here for the Raptors. Monroe's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Leonard in for Green. Anderson, he's checked in for the Hawks. Jeremy Lin comes in for Kent Bazemore. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. There's 47 seconds left in the first half. Van Vliet passes to Monroe. Outside Leonard. Outside Lowry. Inside. Here's Monroe. Rebound Atlanta.
His high percentage shot right at the rim, and he's wondering what happened.
Lowry against Lin. The shot and game clock separated by 4. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. He's got 7.
Boy, defender taken out of the play with a rock-solid screen. No way he's going to get through that.
A 3 from Leonard, and the last second attempt doesn't fall.
Yeah, just terrific defense by Justin Anderson. He's got power, he's got length, and he tends to really bother shooters.
So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus at that end of the floor?
Just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He ended up with 19 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 steal. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, I see a team that's playing smart, moving the ball around to the open man, just taking what the defense gives them. There's a nice flow, a nice energy, a nice synergy to the game.
And Shaq, what'd you see from Atlanta?
Well, they're shooting in the low 30s from downtown. That's not disastrous. That's terrible. But it's a big reason why they're not winning this game. They need to run harder off the picks, try to get more open looks, And then the shooters got to finish the job. Yak 'em.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, what a shot in the arm he gave them in that first half. The three ball just kept falling.
Hey, Greg, this guy phenomenal from distance, dropping in three after three after three, and the defense has got to make an adjustment.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Siakam in at the power forward position. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
The Hawks shooting not great, 40% for the game. Lynn against Lowry. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That's foul number 2 for him. Toronto on defense. Carter outside. 6 on the shot clock. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Carter's got the first points of the second half here for the Hawks. Green kicks to Siakam. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Valanciunas. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Dedmon's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And Dwayne Dedmon, a player who started his NBA career late, was a rookie at age 24 and then floated around to several teams. But he has gone from being an end-of-the-bench guy to an important rotation player in just the last few seasons.
Here's Valanciunas after Jeremy Lin's bucket. It's good. And the Hawks' lead is cut down to 2 points now on the basket from Valanciunas. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Dedmon with it. Now Valanciunas defending. Dedmon kicks to Lynn. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And with Dedmon and the teams he's played with, you know, he always has found a way, Greg, to slot in and give you good minutes.
Yeah, what I love about him is he knows who he is as a player and plays to his strengths. Never gives up on a play on either end of the floor. And now he's even added a three-point shot to his arsenal to kind of further expand his versatility.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Lynn. Well, last year, pretty much a lost year for Lynn. Tore his patella tendon on opening night, and Doris, that was it.
Yeah, that was hard to watch for Jeremy Lin because you know he's put in the time and was penciled in for a big role with Brooklyn. So nice to see him step back between the lines and continue playing.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Well, Kevin, how about the Harvard grad, Jeremy Lin? How far has this guy come from nearly out of the NBA at one point to viable NBA starter? Incredible.
Now, here's Valanciunas. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Lowry can't get it to go.
Boy, what a cold start to the second half for them. Just 1 for 4 from the field so far.
Here's Bazemore. He's been producing a fair amount of offense night in and night out as he's averaging 14 points a game. Goes up at the stripe. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And that's 12 points for Lynn.
Marvelous start to the second half. 3 for 3.
Valanciunas with the ball. Edmonds there. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Lynn. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And Lowry gets it to go.
Boy, Kevin, I thought he might get a call there. I thought it was pretty clear contact. But we know Lowry's not looking for the whistle. This guy's just looking to put points on the board.
Now here is Carter. He's got 5. Shot clock at 6. Lynn kicks to Collins. Bazemore for 3. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Valanciunas has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Bazemore against Green. Outside Lowry. To the paint. Trying to find Valanciunas. Gets it to him.
Well, Kevin, so much of the NBA is about pick and roll opportunities, and who better than Jonas Valanciunas to roll to the cup?
Now here's Lynn. He's got 12. It's 2-on-1. Ahead. And then Leonard with the dunk.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Yeah, a big change of possession in a tight ball game. We'll see if they've seized the momentum.
And the shot goes down. 14 points for Lynn.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. Now the pass to Leonard. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
You know, when he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who've won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
Free throw drops for Leonard. Wright, he's checked in for Toronto. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Young's checked in for Vince Carter. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
I'll tell you, he's coming through for them at the free throw line today. His form has been perfect.
And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
I think one of the things at the top of the list in this timeout discussion has got to be the amount of room they're giving him to operate. You've got to get more bodies on him to try to disrupt his rhythm.
And before you now are the rookies on a roll. The hottest shooters in the last 10 games. The 4th spot held by Trae Young. Bazemore against Leonard. Knocked away and stolen by Wright. Right side Lowry. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Lowry's got 13 points.
Well, Kevin, this guy's proven over and over that despite his size disadvantage, he's still able to score in the paint.
To the inside. Collins passes to Lynn. Over Lowry. Outside, Lynn. Lowry brings the double. Shot clock at 6. That's tipped. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. He gets it in there. Now it's a 4-point Toronto lead.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Here's Young. And the shot is long.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
The drive by Lowry. And he banks in the layup. Lowry's got the lead up to 6 now for Toronto.
Boy, late on rotations, not fighting over screens. 180-degree turn from what they did in the first half.
Lowry against Lynn. Back to Dedmon. Here's Bazemore. Offensive rebound. Lynn, that's a 2-pointer. The Hawks again can't hit.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Leonard finds Lowry. And Siakam has it in the corner. Valanciunas inside. Dedmon's there. And he makes that one. 6 points for Valanciunas.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
Well, I mean, he needs to talk to his guys. The interior defense has been horrific.
Absolutely no rim protection whatsoever. At this point, the other team is walking all over them on the inside.
Monroe's checked in for the Raptors. Willie Cauley-Stein comes in for Pascal Siakam. Lynn against Lowry. Outside, Lynn. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. 5 on the clock. Herter. The Hawks again can't hit.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Greg, I think this other team is just in a zone right now. They're clicking on the offensive end, and the defense starting to look frustrated.
Now here's Cauley-Stein. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. And a quick look at how Atlanta's schedule shaping up. On Wednesday, they're off to Brooklyn to face off with the Nets. And then on Friday, they'll face off against Ben Simmons and the Philadelphia 76ers.
And for that game against the Thunder, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
And that one falls for Cauley-Stein. The Raptors making a switch here. Van Vliet's checked in. Good on both.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Lynn with it. He's got 14 to end the run, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And let's take a look at some numbers for Lynn. Averaging about 15 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Well, and this is exactly who he is, a flat-out scoring machine. You plug him in and let him go to work.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. And he makes both free throws.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
And Wright kicks to Leonard. From 15 feet away, that one off the back iron and out. The Hawks trail by 8. And a wide open look for Lynn. Cans it from downtown. Lynn's got 19 points.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Outside Leonard. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
It seems like they found their rhythm offensively, and they're shooting the ball much better out of the break.
For Toronto, they have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight. The Hawks trail by 8. Pass to McDermott. Outside, Lynn. McDermott kicks to Anderson. 6 on the shot clock. Herter, guarded by Wright. Cauley-Stein grabs the board.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
Leonard, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
The free throw drops for Leonard. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And here's Lynn. He'll bring it up for Atlanta, trailing by 10. Rebound by Monroe. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Leonard on the wing. He's covered by Anderson. Leonard kicks to Monroe. Pass to Van Vliet. 5 to shoot. Fires the 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Van Vliet's got 10 points in the game.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
Now here's Anderson. 6 points for him. To stop the run. Unable to get that one. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Got that bucket in no time at all. Leonard's got 12 points in just the second half.
And they're just dominating on both ends. And it's reflected now in the score.
Oh, absolutely, Greg. They're absolutely rolling in sync totally on both the offensive and defensive ends.
And a chance here now to take a look at the teams that are tops in the league in scoring points off turnovers. In fourth, the Raptors.
You know, when you make a mistake against this team, they make you pay. I mean, because they convert those turnovers into fast break points, and that really can be demoralizing.
Boy, plenty of time left on the clock. He needs to keep his poise. That's his 4th foul now.
That's his 4th personal foul. Shooting for Atlanta, Jeremy Lin. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Raptors leading by 14. Wright outside. Here's Van Vliet. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Inside, and he dunks it down.
Really strong court awareness from Jeremy Lin. He's just shredding the defense with his passing. Van
Vliet kicks to Wright. Passes it to Leonard. Over Anderson, trying to get open is Monroe. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
The Hawks trail by 16. 1:35 left in the third quarter.
Well, Lynn is fantastic at scoring on the drive. This guy does such a good job changing the angle of his body.
And here's Toronto. They're on a 15-6 run. Here's Leonard, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Leonard's got 14 points here in the second half.
This guy's trying to close this game out in style. He's not going to stop attacking until he's sure this win is in the books.
Lynn kicks to Anderson. Herter, guarded by Wright. Shot clock at 5. Anderson's shot is off. Raptors leading by 16 to the middle. Here's Leonard. That one goes. Count it. Leonard's got 35 in the game.
What a phenomenal quarter from the field. A great shooting percentage, excellent shots. This is really well done.
Herter, guarded by Wright. Spellman doesn't get it to drop for him. Good work defensively by Monroe. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Leonard, and there are the Raptors with another bucket.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Outside, Lynn. To the right side. Deep 2 from Anderson. The Hawks again can't hit. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the Toronto Raptors. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. Herter, guarded by Green. We've seen, Doris, the NBA take a very active role in growing the game internationally. Talk about some of the specifics you've seen in that regard.
Well, I think you have a great leader at the top in Adam Silver, who understands that the game is growing on an international stage. It's becoming increasingly popular. And so you see NBA teams going over and playing regular season games in different countries. That's one particular way. Then you have the NBA Cares initiative, which when those teams are over there, they can go out and build basketball academies. NBA in Africa is a once-a-year trip, and they bring 2 teams of NBA players. Think about some of the players off of that continent where they have turned into legit stars. So I think it's important that the game continue to develop, and I love that the NBA considers it part of their responsibility.
Now here's Anderson. And there's a whistle that goes against Greg Monroe. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Siakam is checked in for Greg Monroe. Now, here is Young. Not a lot of room. From down in the low post, it goes.
and the work ethic coming into play there. I like how Young can just focus on the task at hand.
Feeds it to Cauley-Stein. Good defensive work there by Young. The Hawks trail by 19. Now here is Carter. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Carter, just a freak of nature, one of the best dunkers the game has ever seen, a top-tier shooting guard who just embraces the spotlight.
2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Valanciunas, who's checked in for Toronto. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Bazemore's checked in. He's off on the second. Raptors leading by 19 points. Count that one from Van Vliet.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Atlanta with the ball. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. And Fred Van Vliet is going to pick up a foul. That's his 5th foul. Well, the league taking steps towards to reform the draft lottery, flattening out the odds, doing a variety of things just to analyze the way it works, the mechanics. Do you think the change will be enough?
Well, again, I think this goes back to the leadership at the top of the NBA, and the right man is in charge in Adam Silver. And as is typical to Adam Silver, everything happens with a very measured approach in terms of reform. You do a little bit, and then you evaluate. But I think Adam has made it clear that the change they made to the draft lottery was nothing more than a first step. Now, where do we go from here? That remains to be seen. Boy, the assist just put on time and on target. Easy shot opportunity.
Atlanta calls timeout. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
And he is absolutely dialed in from outside. They need to close out on him much quicker when he's lining up those threes.
Collins kicks to Young. The pass to Carter. Pass to Dedmon. Bazemore on the wing. 3 on the clock. Here's Collins. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
And so Lowry will bring it up for Toronto. Green kicks to Leonard. To the paint. Here's Siakam. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 5 assists in the game.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Green taking his time here. Inside. Outside for Lowry. And again, Toronto with the triple.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
The Hawks have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
A 3 from Leonard. Rebound, Atlanta. Collins has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. In the corner, Bazemore with it. Back to Young. Drops in the tray.
And the touch Young has from beyond the arc, he is almost unguardable from there.
Lowry against Young. Here's Siakam. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
I'll tell you, they've had to look elsewhere for their scoring, and they've gotten it. This guy has had very little impact on the game offensively.
Bazemore misses.
One made three for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
And that one's good. Green. Now Young. Pass to Bazemore. Collins kicks to Dedmon. Passes it to Bazemore. Last season, Doris, the NBA hosting 4 regular season games in Mexico, celebrating the 25th anniversary of the NBA playing in Mexico City.
Well, Kevin, you know this. Mexico City is the 5th largest city in the world. You are a geographic expert. This is a gateway to all of Latin America, and the NBA, as always, eager to expand their presence in new markets.
I agree. And the fact, Doris, they're so progressive has just, given them so much new things, revenue, growth avenues to follow. But it just opens up a whole new area where they can grow.
Never rest on your laurels, Kevin. Always work hard, just like the great Kevin Harlan does.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Some changes for Toronto. Siakam is checked in for Bielitsa. Leonard comes in for C.J. Miles. And it's Green in for Norman Powell. The pass to Green. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Lowry looking around. That's tipped. Clock at 4. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. Shot clock at 3. Here's Valanciunas, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Boy, that shot clock was close to 0, but Valanciunas stays cool and gets it done.
Pass to Collins. Lynn against Lowry. Pass to Dedmon. A lot of times late in the season, Doris, we see the expensive vets bought out of their contracts. Often they sign for a cheap price for a true contender, and that affects parity among postseason qualifiers.
No doubt about it, Kevin. It really brings into very sharp focus the value of a quality GM, because the rich can get richer, and it can tilt things toward the top teams. I don't mind it, Kevin. Part of the reason these players agree to a buyout in the first place is the opportunity to choose their next situation. It is within the rules, and therefore I have no problem with it.
I like it as well. And the first one at the line is good. Siakam far from the most skilled player on the floor, but Dorsey finds minutes through his hustle.
This guy has got one of the highest motors in the league. He can leak out in transition, finish in the open floor. I'll tell you, this is a jolt of caffeine in a power forward's body.
OG Anunoby's checked in for Green. Both good from the line that time. For Atlanta, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Dedmon passes to Collins. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
The Raptors making a switch here. Wright's checked in. Here's Dedmon, and the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Trying to cut into this lead. Bad time for a miscue.
Well, Greg, that's a huge error. You can't afford to make these kinds of mistakes when you're already playing from behind.
Now here's Wright. Kicks it to Leonard. Here's Valanciunas. To the wing on the left. Wright against Len. Shot clock at 6. Here's Valanciunas. Hits the front of the rim and out. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Down low, hangs, and it's Toronto with the rebound.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
Here's Anunoby. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
You know what you love about watching OG Anunoby? You feel like you're watching a vet when you watch this guy. He doesn't seem to get rattled in pressure situations. This guy plays like he's been in the league for a decade.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Doris for Anunoby, he has said he felt like he could compete with anyone.
Well, to me, Kevin, that's part of being able to be the defender he is. He's got strength and quickness to match up with most wings in the league, but confidence is critical.
The Raptors making a switch here. Van Vliet's checked in. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Look at the state of the game. International leagues getting better and better, Doris. There's no doubt about it. We see it at Olympic times and during FIBA play in between. We see a lot of NBA players who have spent time abroad, and I think they come back better.
I don't think there's any doubt about that, Kevin. I think wherever you can hone your craft and do it in a competitive environment where winning and losing is at stake on a nightly basis, it has so many opportunities for learning and growth. So, okay, I can't turn it over 5 times in a competitive environment, regardless of what league I'm playing in, because that's to the detriment of my team. If I'm lazy on the defensive end, I'm going to get exposed by good offensive players. To me, Kev, I love any time there's competitive basketball being played. I want to watch it.
Love that answer. Here's Lynn after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. That one falls.
Kevin, this feeling a little bit like Lynn-sanity. You love seeing Lynn get going like this.
Wright with it, and it's Lynn picking him up. Wright finds Leonard. Knocked away. Stolen by Jeremy Lin. Passes to Dedmon. The shot missing. Nice D from Valanciunas.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Poked away and stolen by Dedmon. There's the pass to Bazemore. Left side, Lynn. Well, so often when a player changes teams, Doris, we see a lot of emotions from him, his teammates, from the fans, and coaches. Is it even reasonable to expect loyalty in sports nowadays?
You know, I think times have changed, Kevin. We're no longer living in an era where a player sticks with an organization throughout the course of his tenure, or at least that is the outlier nowadays. The reality is teams always make decisions with their long-term best interests at heart. And so when a player has earned the right to embrace his free agency, there's a reason it's termed free agency, then he should have an equal opportunity to the team to make the decisions that are in his best interest. Whatever those values and priorities for that individual player are, when you reach free agency, you've earned that right.
And Wright kicks to Van Vliet. Here's Anunoby. He's covered by Bazemore, and the foul on Kent Bazemore. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Some changes for Toronto. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Bielitsa comes in for Leonard. And it's Powell in for Wright. Hawks on D. Monroe the pass to Anunoby. Here's Bielitsa. 5 on the clock. Anunoby, good.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Raptors.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And so they're able to even up the season series at a game apiece with one left to play, exacting a little revenge and really saving face. They did not want to go down 2-0.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Leonard.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
At the line from your Raptors, OG Anunoby. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And he knocks down the first one.
And the potential Anunoby has is exciting. Has the athleticism, the shooting touch, and the drive to keep improving.
That one misses. Hawks have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Plumlee attacking. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
At the line for the Hawks, Miles Plumlee.
2 shots.
Taking 2 shots.
That's good from Plumlee. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
They can't really afford to leave points at the line right now. He would have loved to cash in on each of those free throws and trim the lead even more.
Now, here is Monroe. Here's Van Vliet. Sweet little floater.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Well, you can't have any room for error late in a game like this, so they put the finishing touches in style. I love how they closed.
And here's McDermott. Can't connect from 13 feet out. Here's Anunoby. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Danny, a strong defensive effort both individually and team. Now, how comfortable are you at that end of the floor now, knowing that you can make things tough on the opposition?
Well, we want to make them take tough shots. We're not comfortable at any point defensively, but we got to continue to be active and be aggressive and get our hands on loose balls.
It's been the mark of the Spurs for a long time, Danny. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.